Hey, so this past year, my dad, saved up some bones and was able to take us down for a whitetail hunt guided up in Illinois. And big shout out to him. Dad made it happen. And shout out to my wife for making it happen too. Yeah, so basically, right when we get there, from the get-go, we run into there's a couple of elk feeding from a feeder right behind the shed there. So it was a good start to a good time. A lot of people have unique ideas of what high fence hunting is, but it was definitely an experience that everybody should do at least once. So we're hunting on this ground blind. It's the first spot we've tried, and right away we see this monster back in the woods there, and he is just gorgeous. We were all kind of out of breath right when we first saw him. A lot of people think you're high fence hunting, you're shooting huge deer, but it's still hunting because you're not always going to see deer that you're there for. You can't all go out and shoot 300 class deer, so it's still hunting. It's just different. I mean, you can go out and not even see, a deer that you're looking for, like the right deer. And I've been there in the same boat hunting private land back in Harris County, Georgia. It's just you got to find the one that's right for you. Real quick explanation: the reason it's a circle like that is because I'm filming through a binocular. I don't quite have the money for a high def zooming camera yet, but there's a huge deer over there on that ridge that we're checking out. That's what we're looking at right now. This deer here is by far the biggest deer we saw the entire trip. It's huge. And it's actually, you'll see a tag behind its ear there, and that's because it's a breeder. It's not to be shot. You have to pay a lot extra money to go shoot a 340 plus class deer, which is what you're looking at. So yeah, it was still really cool to see up close and personal though. This is the same deer. He's just in the field. He walked down from the right to the left over in front of us, and then went through a little patch of woods and went down to where the feeder was and started eating a little bit from the food plot. That's the same deer though. So me here with my YouTube deal, I just do this, when I can. I don't get to go out much because I work a lot, and I could afford to do this by myself. This is my dad. Again, thanks again to my dad because he was able to, put up some money and save up and make this father-son trip happen. And my mom got to come, and that's awesome. And I was able to leave my wife and kids at home and be able to go do this. And you're going to see a lot of big deer here, and you're going to see a lot of other big deer. And this is just a once in a lifetime opportunity, and we really enjoyed ourselves. So keep watching because we really had a good time. This is actually my deer. I was extremely stoked to shoot it. Very thankful to my dad. It was really fun. I'll tell you what, I'm the cameraman in the family. He didn't really take a video because he was just enjoying the moment, but it was a great experience for me and him, and there's more to come. Dad shoots his deer later in the episode. After the morning hunt, we decided to move on, and as you can see, there are some does out here, and that really got a lot of deer stirring because that's what they're chasing right now in November. There's a good sized deer here. Once he gets around this creek here, he's gonna move down, and the one behind him is fantastic looking. So we're gonna check him out. This just goes to show you, like wildlife management, fish are constantly pumped into the streams to give us, fish to catch and to keep the habitat stable. And the same thing with deer. especially on these areas where these huge deer are. I mean, they're managed, and it's just the herds are great. It's the same thing with the DNR. It's just, it's just different. So I can't believe the size of these deer out here. Deer management, no matter what level, it works, right? So a lot of these deer, you could use the word farmed in quotations, but they just, they get the breeders, and they really select them. They're able to limit their movement to 1,000 acres or so. But it works, and that's the whole idea behind QDM. You shoot only the good deer when they're fully matured. So it's really interesting to see them take that idea and just run with it.
So we hunted hard for 4 days straight, and in the rain mostly, and we're finally moving to the final spot we're gonna hunt. That's where Dad's gonna hopefully hook up with his deer.
So we went from ginormous deer to really good deer that were just still, a little bit above what we were looking for. They're all still, breeding, and we're looking for something a little different, a little more mature in the years and not in the antlers. So we ended up finding Dad's deer here on this hunt. It really gets good. So this one isn't actually his deer, but his is soon to come, and he's about to hook up with him here. If you just stay tuned for a sec. Look at that drop. See this other one over in the woods. Oh man, that could be it. Just kidding. That was a good shot. We took 2 steps. Give me some.
Good job.
Nice work. Wow, yeah, Dad freaking hammered that thing. He only took a couple steps and dropped. So basically, I just want to tell everybody, you can make it happen yourself. Go find a hunt. You can hunt private land, do the same thing. Maybe not shoot huge deer, but just stay right and get out there and keep going after it.